Welcome to the greenery.
These next two planters in front of us, this small one down on the ground and this taller black urn, are examples of plants you can use in a dark, shady location. We do get quite a few inquiries about this. These two were planted up specifically for our house. We have our front entryway is covered and quite lengthy, and at our front stairs there's no direct sun, and it's actually a little bit on the dark side. So I've been experimenting over the past few years to see what would work best in those situations. And ferns are by far the best, hostas, and other foliage type perennials. So these here are all hardy perennials, can go in your garden, in your shade garden, but work excellent in planters. This one down here is a type of fern. It's the Himalayan maidenhair fern, and it's a beautiful soft habit to it. Very hard to come by. We don't have it every year. Normally we'll carry the American maidenhair fern on a regular basis. That one's always available. In the middle, this is actually a grass. It's one of the only taller grasses, not that it's extremely tall, but medium height, that works in full shade. It's called Carex Bowles Golden, and can go in a fair bit more sun as well, so quite versatile in both situations. Has a very chartreuse look to it the more sun it gets. So here it's a little duller looking, but still coming through this larger fern looks great. And this larger fern here is called, it's a lady fern, and it's called Ocean's Fury. It's got a great little flare to it. Kind of looks like waves crashing against the rocks. That's how the name was given, actually. So just a unique mixture in that planter. Another variety very similar. This is also a hardy fern, a lady fern. This one's called Dre's Dagger. So it's closely related to the Ocean's Fury. A little narrower leaf, but again has these sprays coming off the end, and that makes a nice display. These we just clipped off to plant in our display garden. These next series of plants are called landscape coleus. Typically coleus were sold as a bedding plant, started from seed. These new strains of coleus are done from propagation. They do get a lot larger, can withstand a lot more sunshine, at least in humid climates. So in the Okanagan here, we still recommend them treated as more of a shade plant. We have talked to some customers though that have used them in southern facing planters, but they're mixed in with a lot of other plants. So you have to be careful with that. These pots in front of us, again, are stock, so they've been sheared back a couple times this season, so they're not nearly as tall as they would be in their natural setting if you had planted them in your garden and they've grown all summer. Just going through some of our favorite varieties. We do over 40 varieties, 40 to 60 varieties of these types of plants every year. But these are some of our favorites. So we have rustic orange up front, electric coral, and over here, Kingswood torch. Beautiful red band coming down the middle of the leaf. Over here to my left, this is called Witch Doctor, Trusty Rusty. My favorite, Electric Lime. And then over to my right, far right over here, this one's simply called Redhead. Beautiful foliage plants for shade. Awesome. So here's a great example of what you can do with landscape coleus. This is a nice mixed planter we've put together this June, sort of third week of June. It's on the north side of our garage, so it does get a bit of western sun, but pretty much classed as a shade planter. And there are quite a few different coleus in here. Examples here. This is a neat variety, smaller leaf to it. A couple more of our favorites here. This one here is called Saturn. And this one is called Solar Sunrise. Really neat way green flecks into the red. Another cool plant in this planter here is called Irisine Blazing Rose. Burgundy leaf with the brighter red veins coming through, and it's poking through in a few different locations here. Makes a really nice accent against the lighter chartreuse varieties of coleus. There you have it. Real simple planter you can put together with the bulk of it being landscape coleus.